takes?
So I am what I define as a hardcore leftist, a dirty communist, if you will. Uh, I basically think that everything Donald Trump has done for our country is leading us closer to authoritarian fascism. He is fulfilling basically every aspect of Project 2025, which has been proven to hold just about every person down that isn't rich and not just rich, but ultra wealthy. And I think we should abolish the billionaire class as quickly as we can and not let anyone make more than $1 billion. If you want to make more than $1 billion, all that money should instantly be given back to the people because you can't even spend that much money in a lifetime.
Well, what
At
if you
least
buy
not
a
in a
$25
usable
billion
way.
dollar company?
Say that one more time.
What if you buy Twitter for $45 billion?
No company should be valued at that much.
Well, he's not the one that made the value. That's just the value it is. So he has to have the money to buy it.
Again, I'm saying like you can't like under the system I'm talking about, you wouldn't allow for the sell of a company at
What about
45.
trillionaires?
No, no one should ever be able to make that much money, especially while there are hungry people or people that don't have homes or can't get clean water. How does that even make sense?
What about the fact that we spent $2.4 trillion in Africa and we never seen an improvement, or the fact that the United Nations spent $24 billion, no $1 trillion actually, I think billion or trillion on world hunger, and they hardly seen any effect to it.
Uh, Citation needed. I'll look it up myself.
There's a lot of problems that money can't solve. That's what my point is. Like, money can't solve homelessness. Money can't solve world poverty.
Money literally can solve homelessness if allocated properly. For instance, we provide houses for people without houses that cost money. You have to pay people to build those houses that cost money. And we have like one person could house every single unhoused person in the world. We also have more unused homes than there are homeless people in America, for instance. So, like,
I'll
why
have to
can't
look
we
that
just
up.
yeah, so you can look at how many homeless people there are in America.
What about the $16 billion that was spent last year in California on
On
homelessness and
what?
nothing changed?
You'd have to elaborate. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like it was probably allocated improperly through some capitalist pig failing to actually attempt to help people.
You saying there's more houses than people in the U.S.?
Not people, homeless people. There is approximately 745,000 homeless people within the United States.
Okay. Well, there's only 150 million total houses, and there's 350 million people. So
We don't,
statistically, on average, that means every person's not going to get a home to themselves on average.
so people don't live by themselves, they have children.
No, I
So some of
know.
those numbers are children who live with their parents and they would occupy that domicile. Again, my number was for how many people there are homeless, which is 745,000, and how many unused homes there are, which is
So someone asks, how do you allocate
15
billions of
million.
dollars if it's not our government? I
Say
don't
that
know.
again. I'm sorry.
I'm not 100% sure what they mean by this, but they said, how do we allocate the billions of dollars if it's not our government? I don't know what they mean by that, but
Oh, so I think I understand what he means. He probably is saying like, where does this money come from? You tax the ultra wealthy at a higher rate than what they've been taxed, basically making it impossible for them to become billionaires because It's an unfeasible and unusable amount of money. All those taxes can then be turned into social programs, housing programs, food programs, school education, and many other programs. There are nations across the globe that have successfully um, converted tax money into socialist programs, and those people still make on average more than us, even with the absurdly high tax rate.
We can talk about the quote unquote socialist programs. I don't. They're probably not socialist. They're probably just social. But I do want to talk about the homeless people with the housing or whatnot. You are right. There is 15 million vacant homes, and there is 745,000 homeless people.
Why don't we put them there?
Well, if we put them in there, who's going to pay the property taxes? Who's going to pay the maintenance? Who's
The
going to pay
government,
the AC? Who's going to pay the lighting? Who's going to
government,
pay the painting, the maintenance? Who's going to
billionaires,
prevent the molding?
billionaires.
So
It's the
billionaires have
same
to take
answer
care of
for
the
all of them.
entire property. So basically, they need a full time nanny.
No,
So
that's
we need
not
to
what I'm
give these
saying.
homeless people a full time nanny, or what? Like, what do we? Who? Or we leave
So
someone
do
there
you,
to
okay,
manage the house?
no, do you understand or know anything about universal base income and the studies we have done with that?
No, tell me
Okay.
about it.
Okay, so universal base income in our studies, one of them I believe was done in California, where we gave 200 individuals $1,000 a month. What conservatives assumed would happen is those people would spend that $1,000 and never find a job. But what actually ended up happening is all 200 of those people not only found jobs, but they found jobs that caused them to feel as if they have fulfilled something within their lives, and they become much more productive members of society. So what we would be doing is giving all these homeless people a platform to begin becoming productive members of society. We would give them a home, and then they would go to work now that they don't
We've
have to
given a
worry
lot.
about
Sorry
finding
to interrupt you,
food.
but we've given a lot more people more than $1,000, and they haven't changed their lives.
We have not. Actually, if you look at the
During the
statistics,
stimulus, during stimulus check, everyone got what, $1,200, $1,400. So
1,200, but we also
and then you
were
get a Section 8, you get food stamps, you get EBT cash. So you're
correct.
telling me why
And
didn't all those people
statistically,
change their lives then?
they they did. I
A
mean, most
lot of
of
them
them,
did.
like
Yeah, a lot of them did.
all the people who receive EBT, like I think it's some 95%. It might be less than that. I can check here in a second. But a large majority of the people who receive EBT are workers. They
Yeah, they're part-time workers.
part time, full time. Like I receive EBT, and I'm a full time worker. I have 3 jobs currently, and I still receive EBT because
Well,
my
the
3 jobs
cutoff is
pay enough.
extremely the cutoff for EBT, unless you have like 4 or 5 kids, is extremely low.
Right, and yeah, I understand that. I have 3 jobs, but don't make a lot because our economy's kind of shot.
But we got a couple comments in here. This guy says the greatest trick the banks pulled on Americans was convincing everyone in America that they deserve a home ownership and the wealthy people don't get taxed on their income, so that's a losing battle. And then he dropped another one. He said, "Why didn't the stimulus check give people jobs? Giving people money to do nothing doesn't make them want to work."
So
I'll have to agree with that.
the stimulus check is not a good metric for universal base income because the stimulus check came out during a time of quarantine and a global pandemic that was killing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. Yeah, a lot of people not only didn't look for jobs, but they also just outright lost their jobs because there was, a virus killing millions of people. Uh,
Okay, I don't know what state you live in, but as far as EBT goes, anyone that's even if you're working at McDonald's in my state, you're gonna make more than the income limit. It's only if you make 1,500, only if you make less than $1,500 a month can you qualify for EBT. But as a single person, if you have a
that might
family
be
of
now.
four, it's 3,200. But if you're just a single guy, it's just $1,500. So even if you work at McDonald's in the state of Florida, you're gonna earn at least $1,600 a month if you work 40 hours a week.
Is that looking at the national average?
I don't know. It's different
because
state by state. I don't know what the
yeah,
national average is.
EBT is done state by state. So if you're looking at the national average, it's also including the states with like the extreme highest incomes there are.
Okay, here
Um,
I'm just looking at Florida. I'm just looking at my state.
okay,
But if we look at the whole, if we look at the entire, okay, the national average is $1,700.
1,700. Yeah, again, but okay. So, do you know what the national average mortality rate in the 1800s was?
No.
It's extremely low, and that's because that includes a bunch of infant mortalities.
So if you're making $15 an hour, you're making more than a qualification for to get food stamps.
Yeah, how many jobs offer even 15 an hour
I
that you
mean,
can
almost every
easily get?
single job in my state offers at least 15 an hour. I don't know what state you live in.
McDonald's makes offers 11. At least
McDonald's in
every
my state offers like 20, near 20, like 16 or 17, maybe 18. But if you work for a while, you could probably get up to 22, 23. But what
I
state are you
mean,
in? Are you in Mississippi, if I can ask?
no. I'm in the worst
Arkansas?
state. No, the worst state in the country. I'm in Louisiana.
Okay, that's
So
right. You said Louisiana. Okay, so
yeah,
that makes
my
sense. $11
statistics are a
an
little
hour.
bit at what? Yeah, McDonald's. Most recently, I saw they were offering $11 an hour at starting pay.
You know, okay, caller, explain this. If the minimum wage in New York is $15 an hour and I can make $900 a week on unemployment to literally do nothing, why would anyone work? What's the incentive?
Because humans desire to like be productive. That's just like us as a whole. Like most of us want to do something. I
Yeah, but
don't want to
most
sit
people
at
would quit
home
their
all
day
day
job.
and do
Most
nothing.
people would quit their. I agree with you. I
Yeah,
think
we
most
would
people
quit.
would quit their day
Yes,
job.
we would quit menial jobs that don't make us feel like we are contributing
And
to
people would
society.
probably say that they're artists and all this weird stuff and make no money doing it and then just live off welfare.
Okay, the flag behind you. Who made that? Do you think it was an artist?
I mean, it depends if you call graphic designer an artist. It depends on your perspective of everything.
Yeah, but it's an art. It's an art form. Graphic design is an
Yeah, I
art
would
school
say
you go
sure. I
to.
would say yeah, because
So
graphic
like
designer is an
their
artist.
job is contributing to you
Yeah, but
literally.
no, I understand. I honestly do think that's a respectable job. Anyone that's an artist, that's 100% respectable job. But there's a difference between doing art as a hobby and doing art as a career. There's a difference
Yeah.
between someone that sells a piece of art here and there, and then the person that just made big and they made 40 or $50,000 one year selling art.
So I have tons of artistic friends who are like artists by trade. Most of them, to be 100%, have jobs that are outside of their field of speciality, which would be painting specifically. Um, I don't know where we get this idea that no one wants to work comes from. Like we see homeless people, right? Think about you see maybe one or two or three homeless people when you go to McDonald's. What else do you see though? You see 25 workers at that McDonald's right there. You see 35
Most of them are
people.
forced to.
Right. We're
Let's be
all
honest.
forced to
Have you ever
work because
talked to
we're
McDonald's
capitalism.
workers? Most of them are like teenage parents, or most of them are like young, young fathers, or most of them are helping out their grandparents or their dads because they're sick or they
Right.
need help, or
Right.
they're trying
So
to get back on their feet, or they're trying to come up in life. They're trying to work towards better things.
right, but follow my point here because I'm my point is like when we go out into the world every day, we see maybe 20 examples of people who are by y'all's definition sitting on their butts not doing anything,
No, I
right?
see it
But
every single day with my own friends and my own family.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really judgmental.
yeah,
I'm
for
extra
real.
judgmental.
You see like maybe 20 of these people. Think about how many people a day you see during the commute to work that are also on their way to work. Think about all those workers
Well,
at
obviously,
McDonald's.
way more
All
people are on their way to work. They're not on their way to work because they enjoy it. They're literally forced to. They have families.
correct, but my point
Most people are
is
trying to
that
escape the
people
rat race. They don't even make enough money to even enjoy doing their job.
correct. Most people want to do something that makes them feel like they're contributing. If we have a unit of income beyond like having to struggle to survive. It gives us the free time, which is something that a lot of people don't understand is
I agree
necessary.
with you 100%. That's why I don't like communism. I think capitalism is the best way to achieve that because communism is
Communism
equal
means that,
oppression for all. If you want
no,
people the opportunity to escape the rat race or work a better job that they're passionate about, or at least maybe they're not even passionate about it. There's multiple things. If your job just makes enough money for you to do it, it's a good job, you know.
right. But most people don't want to just do a job. Most people want to
You're
feel
right.
like,
Most people, people have taken a poll on this. If most people were offered a $200,000 job to do something extra, like okay, go out in an oil rig for a month or two. We'll pay you $200,000. Most people wouldn't do it if
correct,
they were
because it's
offered
not
it for
something
no
they feel like
training.
contributing. I wouldn't do it because I abhor the oil industry and think we should be moving to alternative energy. So I just wouldn't even be a part of an industry that I think is going to die and I'm going to work to kill it. You know, I would, however, take far less money to own my own restaurant and push food out to people that like enjoy good food. Like I would work for 50,000 a year to do what I love, you know? As long as it had me and my puppers over here happy, we're good. That's all that matters. And that's what
Yeah,
most
you can't
people
get that
feel.
in communism. There's too much authoritarianism.
No, communism
And
doesn't even have a
most
government.
communist regimes, they just make you do what you're good at, not what you're passionate about.
Okay,
There's not too much
example of a
artists.
communist regime that wasn't destroyed by America. Like, because we've released all the information that we like destroyed the USSR. They weren't like we acted
Okay,
like
they
we had a
weren't exactly the
centralized
most
government.
artistic people, were they? They didn't make beautiful
They
fucking
weren't communists
architecture, did
either,
they?
is my point.
Huh?
Like the only unsuccessful communists we've got examples of became unsuccessful because of capitalist involvement in their
Well, it
law.
wasn't ever successful to begin with. It killed millions of
No,
people before we even got
incorrect.
involved.
Incorrect. The country we live on actually had thousands and thousands of tribes of communists that lived just fine. We
That's
call them
a
indigenous.
completely different form of communism. That's a tribal communion.
I
Are you
even
gonna say
yes,
that
I like
if
I
you're a
like
communist, then why don't you go live out there with those guys? What are they called?
I want to fix my
The
country.
farmer guys, the Amish. Why don't you go out join the Amish?
They're religious. I'm not. I also want to involve myself with my country and try to fix my country. And if I just leave, if I just
You
f off, I
support
can't
the
do that.
Communist Party of America?
I support the socialists, the Democratic Socialist of America. The Communist Party of America doesn't really understand communism as well as I think they should.
Okay.
Communism only requires the abolishment of private property. That's it. That's all communism requires. I am what's known as a
We'll get into
calcium
that in a
communist.
second. I'm disgusted by that, but we'll get into that in a second. We got a couple questions from chat, and I don't want them to stack up too long. Meanwhile, all these people would lose their jobs while the taxpayer would have to pay them a universal basic income. All these
Yes,
people would
there
lose
would
their
be. Okay,
jobs.
so I understand that no one wants anyone to make their life off of my work, right? But that's one, not what's going to happen. And two, I don't care if like 99.9% of the people are misusing the taxes or the allocated funds. If no one is hungry, no one is unhealthy, and everyone is housed,
Oh,
that's
they're going to be
success,
unhealthy.
man.
If they're misusing it, they're going to misuse it on food or misuse it on drugs.
No, I mean misusing it in the sense that they're not going to work while we do all the work for them. Also,
So
it has
you
been
don't care if
proven
they
time
do
and
no
time
work
again.
and live off the system.
If we all are fed, housed, and good, no, that's a win, bro. Like, I don't want
I don't
people
think that's a
suffering
win.
at all. Like, and that's what I find so inhuman. Like, you're going to be doing this work regardless, right? That's what you've said. That's what everyone in the chat saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to do the work regardless. Why do I care if someone else also gets to
But you're a
eat?
motivated person. You're a motivated person, but not everyone's
Most
motivated
humans
like
are.
us.
Most
Huh?
humans are. Like I said, if
No,
you go
I
out into the
disagree.
world,
I don't think
you
so.
think of
I think
all the
most
people
people would
you
be
see
happy with the bare
working.
minimum.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Most people are average.
Yeah, okay,
That's
you
fine.
agree.
The bare
Meanwhile,
minimum
all
is
these.
good
Okay, I read
enough.
that. Huh?
The bare minimum is good enough. The problem is we're
Okay, so
y'all
then
think
you
the
agree. Most people are not motivated. The bare minimum is not good enough.
no, because you have a different idea of what the bare minimum is. I think the bare minimum is everyone being housed, healthy, fed, have clean water, I have access to information. That's the bare minimum that we haven't even reached in a post-industrial society, which seems absurd. Like there are starving children right down the street from me, and I can't do anything about it because my own government isn't helping me to make any extra money.
Okay, you're
So
diving off into a lot of different topics. If name one construction company that won't accept more labor from men, because you keep saying people are so motivated. There is more. There is more. What is it? I think there's more people unemployed than there are jobs. So
that's
there's
just
plenty. There's plenty of jobs for people to take up, and they don't take them up.
that's that's because Trump has killed our unemployment rate. I think
No,
we're
it's
above
always been like that.
4%
There's
again.
always been more unemployed people than there are jobs, and that's not even because they're applying for it. But just name one construction company that won't accept more labor from men.
I don't even, that question seems to be, there are no longer more jobs than unemployed workers nationally.
There are
You
now
should
not
get that.
more jobs than unemployed workers. Are you sure? Did that change? Maybe more people got jobs. I don't know. But Ukrainians were starving because of the USSR way before America got involved. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, yes, I don't think that Russia is a good example. I just knew that that's a
Well,
communist regime that
you
people like to
repeatedly
bring up.
said every single communist regime failed because of America. Doesn't seem like they failed because of America. They had starving Ukrainian children.
Ukrainian,
Yeah, Ukraine is part of the
no, I'm just
USSR.
saying, like, okay, so we have to go into the full. That's actually not true. Again, the CIA has released the document stating that they
What do you
went
mean there is
into.
photos of starving Ukrainian children? Are you telling me those photos are fake?
Oh, you
Like,
mean because of the fucking, excuse my language, because of the war?
I'm sorry, America has wars all the time. Did we ever starve in the last 100 years?
Yes. Tons of people are starving constantly. There's
Only
literally
20 people a
7.
year die in America from starvation, and most of those people are in the wilderness. Like, what are you yapping about? Starvation is not very common inside of America. It's extremely rare. Google
Uh,
it.
I'm
Google
doing
it.
it right now.
Capitalism has taken more people out of poverty and starvation than any other form of economics combined.
Roughly 200 or 20,500 malnourished linked deaths annually in America. So by a
Where are you
factor of
getting that from?
10,000. Google, you just told me to use Google.
Malnourishment is probably not the same as starvation.
Malnourished linked deaths annually. That is starvation.
Here, let's see. I'm gonna
You know,
go ahead and Google it for you. I'll tell you. Okay, there was 9,000. Okay, that's not
that's
very many.
that it's way more than the 20 you said. And
That's not
9,000
many.
is 9,000 people dying of starvation is failure in a society that is
Most of this is
post-industrial.
from chronic illness and terminal disease. It's not from lack of food.
You still said 9,000. I went with your
Yeah,
number
I'm talking
9,000.
about the people that died from lack of food.
Yeah, 9,000, right?
No,
That's your
these are
number.
the people that the 20 people I was talking about, the people that died from lack of food. This malnourishment, most of these people were over the age of 85. They die from a rate of malnourishment roughly 60 times higher than any other person at age
Uh,
85 plus. They die from malnourishment. So,
we have 47 million people who struggle to afford access to enough nutritious food anyways.
well, that's allegedly. What evidence do we have of that?
The-
Besides, America does not have a large amount of people struggling to put food on the plate. There's plenty of food banks. There's food stamps. We literally have people getting $3,000 and $4,000 a month on their EBT cards.
No, we
We're literally
don't.
going
It's
above and
so
beyond. It's fucking crazy.
most people get $300 a month on EBT. Most
I've
people
seen
only get
countries
300.
before that. Well, that's for a single man. I've seen countries before that don't have any welfare programs as much as America, and they don't have any homeless people. So obviously, giving them a fuck ton of welfare isn't just going to magically solve that.
Okay, have you ever heard of the Scandinavian countries?
Yeah, I heard of the Scandinavian countries. They
Do
have
you
a
know that
completely
they
different
are
demographic than
democratic
us.
socialist?
Well, they're
Yeah, the
not
democratic.
socialists. They're Democrat. They're social. They're social democracy, not
They're
Democrat
democratic
socialists.
socialists. No,
They're
they're
not
democratic
Democratic
socialists. They,
socialists. They're not socialists.
dude, I'm like
There's private
my
companies over there.
family is from Norway.
IKEA, uh, IKEA. That's a private company in
Yes,
Sweden.
it's not. That's
What?
yes, I understand that they still use capitalism over there. That's what socialism
Okay, they
is.
look it up yourself. Look on Google right now. What type of government is Sweden or Norway? Go ahead and Google it.
I'm not because it's not really a point. Like we are
Well,
going
I
all
just
over
want you
the
to know what
place.
kind of government each country is. Isn't education important?
Here, I'll look it up
Severe
for you.
malnutrition. The United States and international NGOs have consistently estimated that over 40% of North Korea's population is undernourished. What do you think about that?
You'd have to repeat it. You asked me to look something else up.
Severe malnutrition. The United States and international NGOs have consistently estimated that over 40% of North Korea's population is undernourished.
Correct. They're not a communist country.
Then what are they?
They're, I mean, they're called the Democratic Republic of North Korea, but they're not that either. They're an authoritarian fascist country.
Well, most communist countries historically were authoritarian.
That's
The only way you can establish communism or socialism is through authoritarianism.
that's incorrect.
Because who's
Communism,
going to redistribute the resources and who's willingly going to give away the resources? Nobody.
the people, and it's only
Nobody. Nobody's going to give you their money just because you say it's time for communism.
I would 100% give away all my shit if it
That's
meant we got
you. That's you. There's a reason
You
our
just said
country isn't
nobody.
communist because most people wouldn't give away their shit or their money.
Do you know who Jovan Bradley is? Matt
Yeah,
Dillon.
yeah.
Okay. Do you know who Jimmy Snow is?
Yeah, I've
I am
debated them. They're
literally naming
idiots.
people. I am naming straight up people who would do what I just said. What you just said no one would do,
Do
and they
what?
have thousands of followers.
What
that
have they? What
also
would they
the same
do?
thing. You said what?
What would they do?
They would give up their stuff in order for us to move to a communist society, so that everyone could be house fed.
Okay, why don't you do that then? There's communist societies out there.
You just
There's a
asked me a
handful of
question.
communist societies out
You
there. So why
just
haven't they done it? It
You
doesn't
just
fit
asked
you.
me a question,
It
and I
doesn't fit
answered
you.
the
Yeah,
question.
go
You
ahead.
said no one would do it, and I just
Okay,
pointed
so
to
why
people who
haven't they
would.
done it?
Because
I said the
capitalists and
majority of people
colonists,
wouldn't do it. Why haven't they done it?
because capitalists and colonists destroy those kind of civilizations
They
and have for
exist
thousands of
all the
years.
time. What are you talking about? You want me to start naming you off some?
Communist countries, like real communist countries that weren't destroyed by capitalists and
Well, there's
colonialists.
communist communities. You can go
Yes,
live
that's
there.
not the same thing.
Okay, so you're just gonna come up
Now,
with unlimited excuses.
no, I've already explained
If
that I'm
Jimmy Snow is about giving resources out and making sure everyone gets their fair share, why does he live in a house and the rest of his co-hosts they don't have the same quality of living as him?
So I'm going to take you back to what I said earlier. We still want to fix the rest of the world. We're not libertarians. We're not selfish. We care about other
That
human
seems pretty
beings.
selfish. He should get a smaller house so
He
Jovan can
does
get
have a
an equal
small house. Have you
house.
ever seen his house?
He needs to
Have you
get a
been to
smaller
Jimmy Snow's
house.
house?
He
He
needs to get
does
a
have a
smaller
small
house.
house. He lives in an
No,
apartment.
he needs to get it even smaller. That way he can give some room to Jovan or the next guy that wants to live there.
So this is no longer a good faith conversation.
No, it is. Let's see what the chat's saying. I would never trust the government to give me what I need. Socialism is putting blind trust in our government.
Nope.
Every single government ran program is a complete disaster. Even look at our postal service. Every single one of them is just a complete disaster. If
It's
communism
just
was so strong, capitalism couldn't destroy it. so easily.
What? That's when you have numbers, yeah, you can. That's kind of why the Blitzkrieg worked for so long until it stopped working because it's a terrible military move.
Caller, name a single communist government that gives the best for their own people.
Name a single communist government that gives a what? There are no such things as communist governments. Like y'all don't understand communism. Y'all want to call everyone Marxist, but you don't even know what the man wrote to be able to call us Marxist. Like communism doesn't require a government. It is a classless, governmentless system that requires the abolishment of private property.
Okay, what about Somalia? Is that close enough?
No, it's not. Like
They had a classless
we have
society with no money. Is that close enough? No?
I literally just said no already.
Okay. Cool.
Like, no, it's not. A good example
I
would
don't
be the
know. Joe
indigenous.
Von Bradley and Jimmy Snow don't seem like good communists.
Sure, despite the fact that every single creator under Jimmy's umbrella makes more money than him. But yeah, like
Well, he told me that they get paid roughly the average equal wage. And then he said, "Oh, if you break it down, they actually technically make more than me an hour."
yes, they
Where's the
do.
proof? Anyone can say this shit. Where's the proof?
You do realize you can look up every single person's financial records pretty easily if you have
Financial
like
records. No, you can't. That would be a crime, first off. At least it sounds like it. Nothing would be good enough because they all failed. Yeah,
not if
nothing would
you
be good
own
enough
an
for a communist
LLC.
country. Huh?
Not if you own an LLC.
That's a private company, and that's not a company that's on the. That's not a public company where you can see their financial records. It's a private company, sir.
I did say LLC, didn't I? I apologize. Okay, so you want
So,
an
who owned
example of a
anything in
good
a
communist
communist
country?
society if not the government?
It's called a council. It's the people. The people control the means of production.
Okay, so then the people gang up and take your resources away, correct? That's authoritarian.
No, not every single person is fucking just trying to fight
Okay,
people and
so what if
kill
you don't
people.
agree to the communist narrative? Then what happens to you? What do they do? What if you don't comply?
Oh, you get killed, man. Like,
Oh, so you
we're all about
unallow
war.
people? That's the society Joe Von Bradley and Jimmy Snow want to live in? If I don't
Yes.
comply, you're going to try to take my life?
We're gonna, if you don't want to make society work properly and you just
I
want to
don't think
keep
your
all your
ideology
things
will
in your
work. It's
knickknacks,
failed multiple times and you're outgunned. So what are you
the
going to
only
do?
reason why it has failed multiple times again is because of colonialists and capitalists
It was
coming to
starving Ukrainians way before the Americans or any colonialists were
Ukrainians
involved. What are you
weren't
talking about? It was
communists.
starving them in the
They
19th.
were not real communists. You were equating
Okay, so every pivot. Every single time I point out history, not real
that's
communists.
that's not what a pivot
So
is.
it's
A
just
pivot
it's
would
just
be me
fiction. It's just
changing.
fiction. Every single time I point out a fact, you just say it's not
No,
real.
why
That's
don't you
called
ask
pivoting.
me to point out one
That's
and
called
let me?
pivoting.
Why don't no pivoting is if like I say, okay, we're not going to talk about communism anymore. Let's talk about
That's one form
America's.
of pivoting.
No, that is pivoting. You're
You
talking
said we're
about
not going to
system
talk about the
development.
failures of all these communist states because they're not really communists. That's pivoting.
No, it would be a goalpost shift if it was
That's
anything.
pivoting. That's the exact same thing.
Goalpost
If you
shift
say
is
that's a
not a
goalpost
pivot.
shift, that's the same thing.
No, it's they're
However you
literally
prefer,
not,
whatever
man.
words you want me to use, you're right on
Why
target.
don't you ask me to steelman my own argument and ask me to provide you with a communist society that did, and then let me
You
finish
can't.
talking
Okay,
about it.
provide me with a communist society that did.
The indigenous people of America were communists long before the colonialists showed up and took over their lands and committed a genocide. They lived happily and with barely any war and struggle for thousands of years until we showed up. There you go. There's one. It worked for
They lived in
thousands of
peace
years.
without struggle, even though they were sacrificing babies and unaliving children and having tribal warfare.
That they didn't have tribal warfare on the scale
Yes,
that you're
they
thinking of.
absolutely they did. Do you
No,
not know
they did
American
not. This
history?
I do know American history. I don't listen to American propaganda like you
Oh,
do.
so you don't believe
You're
history
an
because it's
elitist who thinks
propaganda.
America is
So you're just
extremely
like
effective.
an extreme a conspiracy theorist, I guess, right? Wait, what do you
Mm,
think about what's that one guy's name?
this is a pivot, just so you know. You're pivoting right
Okay, what do
now.
you want to talk about?
What we were just talking
What are
about.
we talking about?
We were talking about Native Americans. So I was going to
Okay.
explain that the Native Americans or the indigenous people of this land were not tribal in the sense of like they were having wars all the time. Occasionally they had land disputes, but because they didn't actually own land, there were very rarely any land disputes. They didn't war the same way we did. Occasionally they would have literal, like, this person died on our property and we can't prove who did it, so maybe we go to battle with these people type wars. But they didn't have land disputes or
Oh, they
resource
had plenty of
disputes like
land
we do.
disputes.
they they really didn't, man. Like the
They
closest
were
example
savages.
comes
They were
from.
not peaceful at all. It was a
Did
savage
you
society.
just said they were
And it was a
savages?
lot harder. I don't think a lot of people like Jimmy Snow and Jovan, I think they're too fat to survive. They're going to get taken out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, Jimmy Snow is 6 foot, 180 pounds, and he works out. I'm
Okay.
6 foot, 195 pounds, and I work out.
I'm six
I
foot five.
don't
I'll get
think
in the
this is.
boxing ring with him.
That's
For
fine.
charity. For charity. For charity. I
Yeah.
would do charity event if we both agreed to it. If he wins, we donate all the money to his charity. If I win, we donate all the money to my
Well,
charity.
how much do you weigh first?
I weigh about 210 pounds. I'm a little bit
So you
underweight,
want
but
to
I can
box
gain.
someone out of your weight class?
Huh?
You want to
How much
box
is he?
someone out of your weight class? He's
220?
about 180. I'm 220. You could box
Well,
me.
it's up to him if he wants to box or not. I'm not going to force him. I'm skinny. If he's thicker than me.
Yes, you called him fat. I said he worked out. That,
Well,
like, you
he
got
did
in your
lose weight, so
feelings now.
cool for him. But we have a lot
You
of
called
chats that
him
we're
fat.
missing.
You called
This
him
guy
fat.
says we used to call people like you hippies. Um,
No, you didn't call me a hippie, homie. I'm a thug.
okay. Natives, not communisms, no government control, and they fought all the time. Please go learn Native Americans were vastly violent. Um,
Yeah, that's called, again, white American propaganda. They
How
were
are
not
well,
vastly
you know what
violent.
white American propaganda is? Pocahontas. That's the shit that you probably believe in. You believe in the
No,
Pocahontas, little
I
Disney, little
also
gay
think
fairy
Pocahontas was
princess,
terrible.
Pocahontas. All the native tribes were so beautiful and peaceful.
No, Pocahontas misses one big thing. Those Spanish people were conquerors, and
Oh,
they
so
raped and
Pocahontas was
killed all.
exactly correct. He was innocent. How are they communist if there's no concept of land ownership? That's another great question. How are they communist if there's no concept of land ownership?
Because there is no communism is literally the abolishment of land ownership. They didn't even have it to begin with. That's
So they
how.
can't
That's how
abolish
you
it.
know.
How can they abolish it if they didn't have it to begin with? No tribal wars for indigenous peoples? Really? Look up the Kanamachis.
Incorrect.
Comanches?
Comanche.
Comanches. Look up the Comanches. Okay, sorry. Look up the
I
Comanches.
didn't say there weren't tribal wars. I said there were not land disputes and there weren't resource disputes that led to wars. Those are two different things. People get mad at each other and fight all the time. Like, that just fucking happens. Excuse my language again. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Like, but that just it's a thing. Like, have you ever been to a Phillies game? Like, people are gonna throw down. Like, walk through my streets and tell me people don't fight. Like, I'm in the murder capital of America right now. People just kill people for not looking the same all the time. So I don't really care about that. That's just people being bad. I'm not counting like one bad actor slaughtering another bad actor. That would be like me saying every single white person is bad because a mass shooter happened to be white. I would
But do
never say
you
that because I don't think every white person is a bad person.
But do you think Jimmy Snow show is a little bit disingenuous? It's almost like a game show. We don't. Jimmy Snow doesn't talk with people like me and you are talking right now, like human people, like actual real people that are having a conversation. He doesn't really do that on the show. It's like a game show. It's like a jokey game show. Put on a little bit of
No, so
timer.
what you're watching are a lot of his clips. He does
No, I
engage
watched
with
his
good
actual
faith.
live streams. I was in one of them. You probably see me from there. I don't know, but
I might have. were you one of the people who can't answer the question? What are your pronouns?
No, I would definitely answer that question. I can answer
So
that easily.
you just straight up, I'm he, him, or she, they, or whatever
Yeah,
you
I
are.
seen that already.
Okay.
I was waiting for him to ask me that. He never did. But we got a Air Force veteran that said he'll box Jimmy for charity. He's 5'10", 180 pounds.
Okay. Why would someone who is this is so weird, like a trained killer
He's
fighting
not a
some dude
trained
who sits
killer.
in
Who said a trained killer? But
he's
okay,
an
if you
air
don't,
force, he's
like
in
I
the
said, look, I'm skinny. If you just want to do it,
what do you learn in basic training?
okay, you got a good point. I'll concede. Go ahead. I'll concede.
Like
He said, look up the
obviously
definition of communism, caller. Look at the definition of communism. That's what he said.
I don't are definitions prescriptive or descriptive?
Um,
They're descriptive.
Descriptive. Yeah,
Yeah, we
descriptive.
all know they're descriptive. So, like, yeah, I can look up the definition of communism. What if it says something that I would like it to say? Is he going to be like, oh, shit, you're right? No, he's not. So, I'm not going to look up a definition. I'll give you what I mean when I say communism, but I'm not going to look up a definition because they're descriptive, anyways. They're how people commonly use them, not what it actually means, because we don't have descriptive definition or prescriptive definitions like that. That's just not how that works.
Well, all words have definitions and they have
Yes,
meaning.
and they're all descriptive for the most part. I can't even think of a prescriptive definition.
There's a certain fallacy you're using. It's called a definitive fallacy. It's like when you don't give a definition then words meanings.
No, I will
That way you
define my
can manipulate the argument in favor
no,
of
I will
your
define my
narrative.
terms so that me and you can agree with how we're speaking. I will do that. And I will tell you what I mean by communism. And if you accept or dislike that, I mean, we can just have a semantic conversation. But I don't think you want to argue semantics. Most people find it boring.
Who owns corporations in society if not the people?
One person,
What about the
one person. That's
shareholders?
yeah, man. 10 people. My bad. That makes it so much
Okay,
better.
thousands of people. Here we go. He dropped another super chat. He said, "I'm 53 years old. His young boxing match would almost be equal. I mean, I have an issue striking a female. He is very feminine. Jimmy Snow." He
Jimmy
dropped
Snow
$5 to say
famously,
that.
Jimmy Snow famously is hyper masculine. He loves the fact
Famously hyper
that yeah,
masculine. He's
like
famously
no, I mean,
homosexual.
I
The first
understand.
thing I looked at him, I thought that this man likes butt sex.
What
That was
is
my
more manly
opinion.
than
And when I found
overpowering?
out he had a girlfriend, I was fucking shocked. I was like, no way.
Yes, and he revels in his masculinity. Like that, he
You
likes
can't
being
revel
a
in your
man.
masculinity. Reveling in your masculinity is feminine. You can't just revel in your masculinity and try to show the world how masculine you are. That's the most feminine thing you can do.
Or that's a joke, right?
I know, I'm being serious. Real
That it is
masculine men don't go on YouTube talking about how masculine they are, filming themselves trying to act
Andrew Tate.
masculine.
Andrew Tate. Fucking
Okay, you think Andrew Tate
the
is
guy
masculine?
behind you literally talks about how he is a better man than other people.
Well,
What are
that's
you talking
relatively
about?
true.
Yeah, it is relatively true that he says that, isn't it? That's crazy to me that like you don't think
Jimmy
that
Snow
hyper
wears
masculine.
freaking makeup. That's not masculine. That's soft like a marshmallow.
Yes, Vikings and Scottish warriors are all soft like marshmallows.
That is hilarious. What Viking wore makeup? Now I gotta look this up. Did Vikings really wear makeup?
Yes, all the time. I've already said this, part Norwegian, bro.
Let's see. Probably just like powdered.
Oh, some makeup's okay, but not all of it.
They literally used face paint. Like they
Yes,
used
with makeup.
oils and clays, dude. That's not the fucking same.
Oh my God.
Vikings did not
Did he?
wear fucking makeup. They
Yes,
used
they did,
oils and
dude.
face paints. That's hilarious.
What do you think?
Makeup.
What do you think makeup is made out of?
Well,
Oils and
makeup
face paints
nowadays.
and
This.
powder.
So you're gonna say the stuff Indians wore on their face was that makeup?
Yes, it
Well,
made up their
I would
face.
probably say no. I would probably disagree with that.
I
That's
mean,
warriors paint. What's more manly than thinking society should provide their wants and needs and accept money from a working man?
that was an incoherent question, but I get what he was trying to say. Like, isn't the whole thing about being a man is being strong and keeping your family afloat and being able to lift up the world like Atlas? Like, yeah, that would be pretty manly to keep everyone in my community healthy, happy, and alive. Yeah, I think that's pretty manly. I
I
don't know
think it's
how you
pretty
don't think it's
baited to
pretty
think that you
manly.
have to pay for another man's living in his house.
I said
Because I would
I'm
never expect
to
another
that.
man to pay for my living. I would have to be bow down to him and say, "Thank you, Mr. Government. Thank you for paying for my house." No, that would be horrible.
You've never had a job? That's crazy.
When did I bow down to the government?
I said you've never had a job.
I
That's the
have. What's your point?
having a job is someone like you literally doing work for someone in the hopes that they will give you money. Like
Yeah, I
you're
know, but you're earning it. You got the hope so. They have to pay you for your time. What are you talking about?
no, they
You're not
don't.
doing it
First off,
just for to randomly get paid by them. You're set with an
I can
hourly
tell you
wage.
full well that people
You
will
don't have to
not
beg
pay
them for
you
your salary.
if you don't do the work. Like you can get fired for being sick. That which forces people to go to work when they're sick. That's effectively begging for money because they can't lose their job.
Well,
You
that's not
can't
all jobs. It depends. It's
have
not
that
most
has that ever
jobs.
happened to you?
No.
Because you come from a place of privilege, sir, and you
No,
haven't
because I
had
have
to
a good
live with a real
relationship with
struggle.
all my employers. It's not a place of privilege, it's a place of skill. I take time, I build relationships with my employers. That's not privilege, it's pure skill. Just because you're inept and you can't build relationships with people that have the ability to hire you and give you meaningful employment doesn't mean that I'm just magically fucking blessed. I had to go out there and work for it and earn it. It wasn't just magically handed to me. My dad didn't give me this job, my mom
I
didn't
didn't
give me
say
this
your
job,
dad. That's a
et
straw
cetera,
man,
et
sir. I
cetera.
didn't say
No, it's
any of
not a
that.
straw man, but I'm just pointing it out there. I'm not trying to make an argument you're not making. I'm just saying that that was not the case. That's not what happened. I should have to use my money to pay for a man who works less hard than me, let alone someone who doesn't work at all.
Remember how again we can go back to this. They will work. People work, man. Most people work. There are 300 million people in America, and only 700,000 of them don't
Why do
work.
most people work? Is it because they want to work, or is it because they have bills to pay and they have a family to feed?
It's both.
No,
People
most
work
people work
jobs.
because they
No,
have to.
people work
Like
jobs they
probably
don't
a
like.
high majority of people work because they have a family to feed, not because they want to. I've never met
That
someone
is
before
no.
that said, "Yeah, I work because I'm bored and I have nothing else to do," unless they come from a rich family or something. Then
Have you
maybe.
never like talked to an older person? They do it all the time. They start
I
feeling
even know these
sedimentary.
kids that their dads are millionaires and they don't work. They don't want to ever contribute to society. All they want to do is spend their dad's money. Like I've seen it
Okay,
bufore.
yeah,
So
like
telling me
five
that
people
people
that
want to
are
work,
all
they
birthed
don't.
by the
They
guy
don't.
behind you. Yes, I get it. The Trump children don't want to do any work. We
No, the Trump
understand that,
children did a lot of
but
work.
that's a
A lot of
group
work.
of bad people.
They were able to convince a one single person to employ them and build a good relationship with them. But a
Yeah, their
communist
father.
saying
We get it.
others are begging for money, you can't write this. You can't make this stuff up.
No one is begging for money, man. Like
So should I pay for for people universal basic income just for them to do their job?
you already pay taxes.
But I'm not paying for them to
You
live
would
off that for
also
free.
look, get this. You would also get that universal base
I
income.
don't want that though because I don't want to have the same quality
Gentlemen,
of living as you. No offense. I want to work harder and have a better quality of living than the next man.
dude, I
I
work
don't want to be
three
forced to
jobs. I
be
don't sit
equal.
at a computer all day and
Huh?
talk to people. You say you
Yeah,
work
okay,
hard,
that's what Jimmy Snow does, and he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars,
like
and you suck his dick. So what's your point?
no, okay, so we're doing ad hominems now. I have been very polite
Well,
to
you
you,
said a
sir.
curse word. I put my curse word out there.
Yeah, the difference was is I used a cuss word. You literally just said I suck someone's dick.
Well, whatever you want to say, you support him.
I
Thank you,
sure. I
Shelia, for that $50 super chat. By the way, much appreciation. Go ahead. Sorry. Okay, maybe that was taking a little bit too far. I'll go ahead and apologize. I'll go ahead and take my comment back. My point was, you
so
support Jimmy Snow. He does the same exact thing. And you're the
so
one that also thinks it's important enough to get your message out there on the internet. I think a lot of people would agree. I mean, I'm not saying it's the most important job in the world. I think firefighters and veterans and plenty of people do way more meaningful work.
I agree. Firefighters and veterinarians, veterans, I guess is what you actually said. Nurses, doctors, all of them do wonderful work, and we need more of them. Imagine if you were able to go to school without having to worry about all the bills you had to pay so that you could become a doctor, so we could have more doctors, having more people who have different ideas about how the medical field works, and therefore we can have more people in the medical field who can actually affect change and
I agree
fix.
there. I would love to lower the price of degrees. I have
Okay,
some ideas on how to get education cheaper, but I don't have any ideas or solutions to make it free because that's going to cost way too much. And there
it
are
doesn't
currently
like all the
7.1 million unemployed people, and those are just the people who applied for unemployment. So what do you mean people want to work? There's 7.1 million unemployed people.
uh
Why would I pay tax to pay myself, by
I
the way?
thought
You said
so
I
I
can get
thought
these same benefits. Why would I pay tax just to pay myself?
so you already pay taxes. I don't understand how that is
Yeah, but
very
why
hard
would
for
I pay
people.
taxes just to pay myself? You said I get these services too. Why
Do
would?
you know what income taxes are? You kind
Yes,
of do.
but if why would I want to pay taxes just to pay myself? I don't care about providing stuff for the rest of these people.
Well, you can take that $1,000 and invest it if you want. You can do whatever you want with
Okay,
it.
I could have taken that ten thousand
The
dollars
fact
that y'all
is, the
taxed and
reason
stole
why
from
you
me.
do it is because it's universal. It means every single person gets it, so that not a single person gets left behind. We can also afford to do this 1,000 times over without, I mean, we could defund the police, but I don't want to get in that argument with you. There are tons of places we could defund in order to make this work, but also we could just increase the taxation of billionaires such to the extent that pays for it. Like, I think
Pays
it's
for
like
what? So we're just gonna. So Elon Musk is gonna leave the country. He's gone. Jeff
they're
Bezos
not.
is probably gone.
Did everyone leave? Did all these corporations leave New York?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Elon Musk. There is really no big corporations in New York. They're mostly in California, but they left California.
No, they
Tesla left
didn't, dude.
California. I think Apple left California. Jeff Bezos left California. So yes, companies do leave for taxes all the time.
California hasn't raised their taxes. Like, okay, whatever. That
Well, they
either way,
have, but I can
if
pull
they
it up
want
if
to,
you want.
like, so you're in favor of these people, right?
Well,
Like they get
yeah.
taxed, right, a little bit more, which literally doesn't affect them at all. Literally, you know it doesn't. If you don't know it doesn't, that's a whole different conversation.
It's
You
about
know them
principle. I wouldn't
losing,
want you taking my money, so why would I advocate for you to take someone else's money?
not my argument. So you would be okay with these people just throwing a tantrum and leaving, and you'd rather advocate for that than
No,
like,
that's what they're
okay, we
gonna do.
just
I'm not advocating for it. That's what they're
it's
gonna
it's
do.
just not true. It didn't
It
happen in New
is. There's
York.
plenty of countries they can live and pay no tax. Why would they stay here if you're gonna take 70% of their money?
No one said 70%.
Okay,
That's an insane
60%, that's
number.
too high.
No one
50%, that's
said
still too
60.
high.
No one said that either.
Okay, if you raise it
You
by five
just have
percent,
to
they'll probably leave. If you raise it by
you
5%, they'll probably
you
leave.
only have I was again, you cut me off before I could even get to a number. You only have to increase the billionaire class's tax um impact by 1%. It's 1%. Do you understand what 1% of a billion is? It's a
Okay, so
big
how many
fucking
taxes
number.
is not supposed to raise?
You said what?
How much taxes is that gonna raise?
Look up 1% of a billion. You've got me using my phone, so I can't use my calculator that easily.
That's only $1 million per bill.
It's $1 million.
Okay, so that's gonna raise $82 billion. So that can't even pay for literally anything. That'll make no economic difference at all.
It
You
literally
can't
makes
even solve
82 billion.
homelessness in one state.
That
You can't
literally
even solve
raises.
homelessness in Los Angeles with that much.
Okay, so you're thinking of it as one problem requires exactly one solution. It's a statewide problem, and you have to work in tandem with other solutions in order to build a good and useful state. This is politics 101, man. Like, I can't just say, oh, we're also only going to tax the rich. That's all we're ever going to do. Like, there are other things that have to be done, obviously. Defunding the police is one of them. There are other things. There's also lowering the required costs for certain things. Uh, to make like government subsidized grocery markets is another thing we can do to help.
Those have failed. They had tried them a bunch of times in Florida. They all went out of business. Anyway, this guy says I shouldn't have to use my money to pay for a murderer's universal basic income to not contribute to the society. Yeah, what about the fact that criminals will be benefiting from this?
You already spend taxes on criminals to use your roads. You spend taxes on criminals to sleep in a big white house. You spend taxes for criminals to ride on big ass planes. You spend taxes for criminals to have their names etched out of highly, highly
Okay, so because there's
terrible
other
flyers.
because we do other useless stuff, it's okay. So we're just gonna make some fallacy
No, I'm
because
just saying,
someone else does
like
this.
what I'm saying is be consistent with what you're willing to spend your money on and outrage on. Like clearly you are willing for it. You just don't like it because they're dirty homeless people. That's the truth.
No, because I know money can't solve homelessness. That's a fact.
It literally can. That's literally how you solve homelessness in a capitalist society. I know another way to do it, but you don't agree with communism, so I'm just not going to push that any further. I'm okay with we're in capitalism. So let's use capitalism to do better, right? We can be on common ground there, correct?
Sorry, I was reading something.
I said we can use he was convicted 34 times. That's why I called him a criminal. What are you talking about? One of your super chats. Um
Yeah, he calling Trump a criminal when these people want to steal our money for their crap. I'm not
so
spending
every
more
single
taxes for
homeless
them to get
person
a
it's
weekly
also
income off
every
my
single
work.
Yes, that's exactly what would happen. I don't understand why it's so hard for y'all to. One, they're still going
Because
to
it is.
work.
Imagine making $9,000 and you have to peel off $1,500 because some lazy bum doesn't want to work.
Imagine thinking that's everyone in the world when it's a
It's the
small.
majority of people. There's plenty of
No, it's
opportunities out
not.
there.
The majority of people are literally at work right now.
Because they have to. They have people to feed.
No,
I
they.
don't I
Okay,
don't
this
know.
is a
You're literally
distinction.
privileged. You're literally speaking from a point of privilege. You never had
Yes,
to
the
work
guy
because
with
you
three
have to.
jobs
You've
trying to make
never had to
ends
work
meet.
because you have to. Who pays your bills if you never had to work because you have to? Like, I'm wondering. You just all your life you only ever worked because you wanted to.
This is a straw man.
Not because
Can
you
I
have to
can I
pay. No,
explain?
I'm
Can I
asking you a
explain?
question.
Let me explain my point before you just go off.
This is coming
So
from a point of freaking
I
privilege. Talking about,
said
oh, people don't work because they have to. They just work because they want to. What are you talking
no. I
about?
That's not what I said. That's called a straw man. Let me steel man myself. I said people do want to work. People also don't work because they have to. They work jobs they don't want to because they have to. That's the key difference. That is a very, very big difference that you are not validating. It's not
Okay,
that
sure,
we
I'll
have,
validate that. Most people would quit their jobs though if they got
yes, to
universal
work,
income.
but also most people still want to contribute to society.
Sure, they'd probably make poo-poo paintings or, make crack
Or
pipes
the
for people to
crap that
smoke out
you
of them and
paid
sell them
for
for
behind
$5.
or the crap that you paid for on your head. These people would still be making money that you would spend on, like, or still be making products that you'd spend money on. It's just not exactly what you think is beneficial. So what, man? You're not the only person who like gets to judge someone's like worth based off of what job they take.
Well, I'm not going to judge your worth, but they also shouldn't be advocating to take my money.
Your money's already being taken by the government, man. And then
Yeah, they're not
you
going to take more
provide
of it.
golf
I fight against the
trips.
government every year with the CPA to make sure I pay the least amount of taxes possible because I don't think you
You've
guys
got
deserve
the
it.
president of the United States on your head and behind you. You're not fighting against the government, man. You were
I am. I'm not going to pay any fucking taxes that I don't have to. Are you?
no, because
Ex post facto means convicted by law. That was unconstitutional, making the changes and conviction illegal under the law. Learn the law. That's what he says.
oh my bad. I didn't know you had lawyers in chat. He doesn't
Well,
know the law
sometimes he's a
either.
lawyer,
By the
but
way.
providing an income for everyone, no matter what, is crazy. I shouldn't have to give Nancy Pelosi a universal basic income.
You wouldn't be giving Nancy Pelosi a universal income. We would all be giving everyone a universal basic income so that we can all
So
live
she
and
get
get
it
some.
too.
She would also be paying into it. What are you talking
Well, what
about?
about the wealth she already accumulated? What would happen to that?
What about the wealth your man accumulated? He doubled his wealth in
Well, just
office
answer
to
the
a point.
question. Stop pivoting.
What about okay, ask the question.
What's going to happen in universal basic income if we establish it tomorrow? What's going to happen to the people that already have hundreds of millions? What's going to happen to their money? I mean,
Nothing. They have $1,000 extra. If it's $1,000 they give out, that's it. Their taxes go up next time they pay taxes.
so it's going to
And
become
they'll have
impossible
billions of
for any
dollars
middle
stored.
class person to ever become wealthy. And it's going to be impossible for any wealthy person to ever lose their wealth. Great. So
That's
you're going to further divide the middle class and the wealthy and create a bigger wealth divide. Genius
because they
communist
got a
idea.
thousand dollars.
Yeah.
Oh my
You're
god,
gonna give
dude.
Nancy
That can't
fucking
get you.
Pelosi $1,000 check? That's just crazy. A man's worth is based on what they do for work and their work ethic.
No, man, that is something that has been beaten into you by a bad system.
Well, that's a
That is
super
not
chat, but
a
I do
man's
believe
worth.
that too.
Like,
But
no,
I
I'm
think
talking
all
to your
work can
super
have
chat.
its value, but at the end of the day, it really does depend on your work ethic. You could literally be doing anything. You could be making paintings, you could be making music, you could be doing anything. If you're doing it over and over again and perfecting it and becoming the best at it, that's something respectable.
Right. Okay. Now imagine a society where everyone who got to do what they wanted to do did it. Did you know
No, but
there
they
are
shouldn't be
people who
able
want
to. That's the thing. People should have to work their job, their day job, and if they have a hobby that they're passionate about, they can
that's
do
not
that
a
on the
hobby,
side.
man.
Until their
Like
hobby turns into a career or a full-time thing, they should be working their job, and when their career,
when
their hobby turns into a job where they can feed themselves, they can
so
quit. And then they
So
can
what
chase
I
their
think is
dreams.
happening here is you're basically saying because I had to do it this way, we shouldn't change the system because I had to work hard
No, what I'm
and
saying is that's how it should be because not
no,
everyone
it
should have the
isn't.
opportunity to just sit home all day and make YouTube videos, you know?
No
Not
one,
everyone should be a YouTuber, not everyone should be an artist, not everyone
no,
should be
you
an
just don't
MMA
want everyone to be a
fighter.
YouTuber because it takes away from people watching your stream, probably.
No, anyone can be what they
Anyone,
want
if
to be, but
that's
not
what
everyone can do every job. Do you
sure,
understand?
but they can try
Yeah,
until they
sure, they
find
can
something they
try, but
like.
realistically, not everyone can do it. You should do what you can do that's going to feed you and pay your bills
And
in
why
the
not?
short term.
And remember when I brought up the study where we gave 200 people a universal base income, and within, I think it's a month, they all had jobs, and they were
I
all
would love
jobs
to
that
see
they
the study. If you
wanted to
could
do.
send it to me on Discord, that would be much appreciated, brother.
I can do.
Here's some more questions. Just the only people who have the most financial burden for the funding a UBI is the poor and middle class. That's a great point. The people with the most financial burden funding the universal basic income is the poor people.
I've literally already explained that we tax the ultra wealthy. I
Okay,
don't
so
know
the
how
poor
that's
people
going
don't pay
over
for it.
your head. You
Okay,
tax the
that was just a
people.
question from the comment section or a super chat, and I also wondered the same thing, kind of.
Okay, maybe they didn't hear it then. That's fair.
Do you think everyone in the government is evil?
Me?
Yeah, because someone in the comment section said everyone in the government's evil.
For the most part, yeah, I do not trust most of them.
How do you
I'm
tax
not
the
a
ultra
Democrat,
wealthy?
so let me be clear. I am not a Democrat at all.
But a
I
Democrat
am
socialist? But you're just rooting for them, right? Or you're not.
no, I'm a far leftist. I think Democrats are too far right.
But you're a Democrat social. You said something about the Democrat Socialist Party initially.
Uh, I said that I have done work for them. I have to do work for the people who closely align with my ideals because there aren't people who exactly align with my ideals. And I am not someone who just writes people off because they're not the same. And neither are you. I know that. After having a conversation with, I believe, I'll just say S because I don't know if he wants his name said on here. So I know you're not someone who just like hears a different of opinion and you automatically write them off as like an evil person or something like
No, that
that.
would be a
So
Jimmy Snow type of thing.
Jimmy Snow's kind of just had it with you guys, and I fully understand, to be honest, when it comes to the. To be fair, though, Jimmy Snow usually ends up debating about like topics that are on the more social side, like racism, transphobia, and stuff like that. And when it comes to people being hateful, why would anyone like if
I
I just
understand. I agree, but at the same time, you're not going to stop the world. The world is the way it is. But we still have to go back to this question. You never gave me an answer. How do you tax the ultra wealthy?
you increase how much what you, the same way we increase taxes every year, but you do it for them more
But they don't
with
get paid a
policy.
salary. They get paid in equity inside of a company.
Well, to be fair, we get rid of that because that shit's fucking
So
corrupt too. It's central to
you don't allow Elon Musk or any billionaires to get ownership in the company they own. You take away
again.
their
This
ownership
this is
completely.
where we
That's
go
how
back
you
to the
tax
fact
them,
that
I
I'm a
guess.
communist. But this where it goes back to the fact that I'm a communist. I don't believe that people should have the right to control the production of water and force people to buy it from them. Like I just don't think that if it's a like so no,
So
I
you
don't
take
even think
everyone's private ownership away from them.
yes.
So even Jimmy Snow's YouTube channel, you would seize the ownership of that.
Jimmy Snow doesn't even want the ownership of his channel. So yes. And
What do you
yes,
mean he doesn't want
even if
the
he
ownership
did,
of his channel?
even if
He
he
worked
did,
hard
he
for
can
that.
lose it.
Dude is
I don't give a fuck.
confused.
We all worked hard for everything. And as long as everyone again is happy, healthy, and fed, I don't really care. I don't know how that's so hard. Like I want people happy, healthy, and fed. We can work the rest out later. Think about it like that. Yeah. If we can get everyone to the same baseline, we got houses,
I don't
water,
want to be on
food.
the same baseline as everyone else. I completely reject that.
Why?
Because why
You
would I want to
want
be
people
the same as
starving?
everyone else?
Wait, 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 wait. You
I
want
don't
people
think I'm
starving?
same as everyone else in any aspect. I'm not even gonna say I think I'm better than
I
everyone.
didn't
I'm just gonna
say
say that
I didn't
I think
say
I'm
make
different.
them wear the same shirts, man.
Well, yeah, but if
I
you're
didn't say
trying to
they
make me
all
in
have
the
to
same
have your
income and the
haircut.
same everything, then how am I gonna get what I want?
No, the baseline being just make sure they all have a house, food, water, and electricity. The basic needs to exist in our society. The access to information would be the other one. Like once we have that baseline, we can work on everything else later. I think we should be working on it now, but like I got to work with you guys too. Like I don't want it to come to war. You don't want
What
it to
about
come to
the
war.
drug addicts that refuse to get homeless shelters? Or what about the
Why
drug
don't
addicts
you
that
look
refuse
up
to get
the
off the
actual
street?
statistics on people who become so people don't become drug addicts and then become homeless. They become homeless and then succumb to being drug addicts
I don't
because
think
it's the
that's
only
true
way they
either.
cope.
I've
Look it up.
seen plenty of drug addicts I know became homeless before.
Bro, you don't live in the meth capital of the world. I do. Fun fact, my city was just named the meth capital of the world. So I don't think you know about drugs like I do. I can
Well,
guarantee
how do
you,
you know? How did you spend like time with hundreds of drugs addicts and seen their life from start to
yes,
finish?
yes.
Well,
Dude,
I don't know. I don't. I'd
I
have to see some evidence behind that, I
someone
guess.
said they would call me a hippie, and my response was, I'm actually a thug. I used to sell and do all that nasty,
Were you
dirty
ever
stuff.
homeless before?
Yes, I was homeless before. And it was thanks to social programs that allowed me to like get back on my feet. I wasn't going to use my own anecdote as argument because that's not a good argument.
Well, I would, I have the opposite argument. I mean, you're in our Discord now. There's a couple people in there that also went homeless, and they said the exact opposite about the social programs. That they
Yes,
didn't help them at all,
I
and that
would
they just pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, pretty much.
correct. And I just said I would disregard my argument just like I would disregard theirs because it's
Okay, that's
anecdotal.
fair.
It's
That's
anecdotal. It
fair.
doesn't
No, I
mean
understand.
anything. I like the statistics, the numbers, the facts. Facts over feelings, right? We can
Yeah,
all
I
agree.
agree. This guy says he lives in California. They have more drugs total than your place, and they invented crack.
No, the CIA invented crack.
Well, I mean, I guess, but the black community is the one that bought it and smoked it. Did anyone force
No.
them at gunpoint to smoke it? I never heard
You
that
do
story.
you have you never you do realize the CIA released all this too, right? Like they
Yes,
did that.
I've read it before. I know the story of Freeway Rick Ross. I heard the story directly from the black man's mouth that he was telling the truth about it. He was telling the truth about the FBI and the CIA. I'm all with you. But he didn't tell me anything about anyone being forced to do it. They try to make him sell it into the black communities. That's true.
Yeah, do you okay, first off, everyone does drugs, man. Like everyone does
If you
some
put
kind of
crack in
drug.
front of me, I'm not going to touch it. Like, there's nothing you can do that. There's no drug you're going to put in front of me, and I'm going to be like, oh my God, I can't resist.
Yeah, because you're not addicted or
Yeah, exactly.
impoverished.
So, exactly.
Like
So, what made them smoke it when they've never seen crack
they
before?
were impoverished and we all do drugs. I bet like do you
Okay, I
drink?
was impoverished most of my life. I've seen crack and heroin and all this stuff. I never
Did you
touched it.
drink?
Huh?
Did you drink?
No, not really.
Not really. So yes.
No, not until I was of legal drinking age.
Oh yeah, you gotta
So looking at the facts, it's $16 billion. Can't fix one single state for homeless crisis. How much money do you think it will cost to fix it?
other people have done the work on this. Give me a second.
Someone else, Time on my side says he doesn't do drugs and he's never drank either.
Sure he doesn't. That just again, it goes back to the fact that he's probably a place of privilege, but he's going to tell us now he's
Oh,
struggled
so if
his
you don't
entire
do drugs,
life.
you're in a place of privilege. I think you're in a place of
I
privilege when you
didn't
say
say that
people
either.
don't work
That's
because they
not what I
have to.
said. That's not what I said. I said he probably came from a place of privilege, and it's less likely that you will do drugs if you come from a place of privilege. Poor people and proximity
He didn't
causes
come from
crime.
a place of privilege. He came from the hood.
Sure, he did. I
And he
literally
was
already
a
said
black
that's what he was
father,
about to
a
say
black
next.
dad.
Oh,
But
all
no,
black people come from the hood. I forgot about that. That's my bad.
he's not fully black. He's just his dad. His stepdad was black. But
This
Answer the question though. How much do you think it would cost? He's looking it up, right? You're looking it up.
yeah. To what? Fix homelessness?
Yep. How much money it will take?
I have to do this with one hand. Sorry.
He said, "What privilege? He grew up in the effing hood."
Oh yeah, I already addressed that. That's exactly what he was going to say. Like
Okay.
it's easy to say anything you want online and be whoever you want. I get it,
Well, he's
bro.
in the
You're
Discord.
also
He's
an
in the Discord.
astronaut. You went to the moon yesterday with Katy Perry. 20 billion to 30 billion up front.
Yeah, that's not gonna solve homeless. They spent how much did they spend? 16 billion for one state, and they failed.
Uh, hey, dude, you said it would give us $28 billion if we increase the tax revenue of the billionaire class by 1%.
Yeah, but
That
they tried in
is
one state and they failed. They already tried 16 billion. Should they try 32 billion, or how much should they try?
as much as it takes until there's no more homeless people in the world. I don't know why that's such a hard concept to understand.
Okay, so we just funnel trillions of dollars. How about Africa? How much should we give
Do
them?
you think homeless people did it by choice? Do you think all homeless people are homeless by choice?
No, I think most of them have mental illness and
It's a
they
product
have
of the system.
drug
Oh, so
problems.
you think all homeless people are drug addicts
I just
first?
said most of them. I literally said most of them. Can you
That's
listen or
that's
not?
that's fair. That's fair. My bad. I apologize, sir. I'm being
There's plenty of good people I know that have been homeless before and they jumped back on their feet.
okay.
I help homeless people out all the time. If I see a homeless man that's in his 50s or 60s, I help him out. But if I see a guy that's the same age as me, I don't really feel like I want to help them out as much because I feel like they should get a job.
What if they have a job? Also, would you hire someone who came in dirty?
I mean, if they were homeless, I would put them on their feet if I had the opportunity to, and I would shower them up, I would shave them, I would give them a
Okay,
job. If they weren't a drug addict, I would drug test
okay,
them
okay.
first, and if they didn't do drugs, I'd give them a job.
So you have like that cost a lot of money. Why wouldn't
What
you?
does?
What you just said? Like you'd
Uh,
have to get them new clothes so that they
okay, that's
could.
not that expensive.
No, that's money, man. It's more than what you lose a month in taxes. And if you try to do that for every homeless person, you'd
Are
go
you
bankrupt.
kidding me? I can literally get clothes from Goodwill for like $30. No, it's not. I can get
You
free
should.
clothes.
Hey, let me help you out. Don't go to Goodwill to get your thrift clothes. They actually charge a lot more than you should be
Oh, I
spending.
know they do. I know they
Uh,
do.
they're
Uh,
a bad corporation who gets free stuff and then sells it back to you for $600. Uh, so that'll help you save some money in your adventure. So my point is though, you're clearly willing to help the homeless people. Why not devote your time to more stuff like this, right? Where you get to help change people's minds. I'll like give you the best characterization of yourself, like where you can come on here and like try to talk, educate yourself, educate other people, right? You could have more time devoted to that if instead like your taxes increased by 1%, and then all people's across the boards were increased by 1%, and then the ultra wealthy were increased
how
by
would I
maybe
have more time to
3%.
do this? I already have the maximum amount of time that I can basically contribute to this YouTube
Well,
thing is
because
what I'm
you
contributing
won't
now.
have to now stop and go, all right, let me help this homeless person out and go get him bathed, clothed, take a drug test, which costs hundreds of dollars,
That
by
would
the
be
way.
way cheaper.
Um,
That would be way cheaper than charging me 10% in taxes.
I didn't say
But
10%. I did
Well,
not say
whatever it is,
10%.
it'd be way cheaper just to take care of them. Because paying people doesn't make them not homeless. That's a great point. Paying people doesn't make them not homeless. But here we go.
Correct.
Here's what
It
someone
gives
said.
them
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Paying people doesn't make them not homeless, but it gives them the opportunity to help fix their problem, help fix the systemic problem that was probably not always, but more than likely thrust upon them. If at least if we look statistically,
But yeah,
statistically speaking,
no one just got in problems because everyone's problems were just thrusted upon them. You think I jumped in my problems and I wanted them to happen? No, they were just thrusted upon me. That's why they're problems. But
a
here we
lot
go.
of
Here's
people's
a
are.
huh?
A lot of people's problems were thrust upon them. I'd said just like you,
Everyone's problems are. That's what I'm
not all
trying to
of them.
say. That's
Some
what makes it
people.
a problem.
So I was being charitable. Some people do make problems for themselves. Some people
Okay.
are
Yeah,
just.
you're right. Good point.
Uh, so you had someone had a question.
Bro, I grew up in the HUD housing in California, the actual hood. I worked my way out because of capitalism. I had no fucking privilege, and you were trying to lower what I did. The sure you will not work. That will surely not work, I think is what he meant to say.
I think that's the same guy, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just like I'm not interested in his like life. I don't care. Like, sure, he grew up in the hood. Like, I'll grant him being an astronaut. I don't care, man. He became an astronaut of his own accord. I'm so proud of him. Like, all right, man, you're the one. Like, we should all be like you, I guess. You don't want us all to be the same, but he does. So,
Too, well, I want everyone to pull themselves out of poverty. They don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire, but I think they can be uh, I think they can have their own small independent company that makes 40 or $50,000 a year if they put their head towards it. And even if they don't have to do that if they don't want to. If they're more comfortable working for a position and they like it or it pays better than that, good for them.
right, but again, I'm saying, wouldn't it be nice if we all had the ability to do that and not also starve while trying to do that? And again, it would
If it
literally
was
affect
easy,
us
it
at,
wouldn't be worth it and it wouldn't be valuable.
that's just not
And
true.
the competition would be a lot higher.
Explain that last part. It's not true
If
that
everyone is at home collecting universal basic income, there's going to be a lot more artists. There's going to be a lot more creators. There's going to be a lot more stock traders. There's going to be a lot more, uh, whatever, all these other jobs that you can do at home. And that's going to make the competition way go up there. But
have
that's
you
not even
ever
really necessarily bad, but that's just one of the things that's going to do.
It's also not true. For instance, like my father loved carpentry. He liked to build houses. There are tons of people who think that's like the coolest thing in the world. I've literally met people who are fascinated with the idea of cleaning up garbage. Like, think about the weird sexual proclivities people have and how varied that can get and how disgusting it can get at times, right? We have literally people for everything. I can guarantee you we're still going to have the people who like drive the taxis or like I want to flip burgers. Like that's what I love. I'm a chef. Like that's what I like to do, man.
Mhm.
I'm still going to cook food for y'all. Like but I'm going to do it the way I want to do it now and give y'all the product I feel like I want to be able to give y'all. And then you get to choose to eat it or not. Like, I think that's a better society. I can't even like I'm having to do so much other extra stuff to get back into my own kitchen again because I need to be able to make enough money because I have people depending on me. Again, this goes to what I said earlier. It's not that I don't want to work, it's that I would like to do something else to contribute. That's what we all want. And some of us had the system fail us. As you even acknowledged, a lot of us have our problems thrust upon us. And not all of us are strong enough to do it on our own. That's just a fact. You know it and I know it. Like,
I think everyone that can get the strength to get out of their problems.
but
But if
what
you
about
if
the
you give
people
a
who can't?
homeless person $10,000, that doesn't make them not homeless. Now they have bills to pay, to live in a home, and which they don't have a job for. So giving people all this stuff that costs money is not just gonna magically.
It's not going to magically do it, and no one is arguing for it to magically fix everything. I said it gives us a platform to begin the process of fixing things.
But we're not gonna fix everyone by just giving them free housing. Just giving everyone free
It would
shit
fix the
and taking away and
homelessness.
stealing people's money is not good.
It's
I don't
not
know who. I don't know
it's
who
not
this asshole's
stealing if it's
talking to. Go
taxes.
ahead.
It's not stealing if it's taxes unless you think all taxes are stealing,
Well,
which
yeah, taxation without representation is theft, isn't it? That's what our
but
founding fathers believed.
we are being represented. And then we can see where the tax money
No,
goes
because the
to.
majority of the country doesn't want this shit to occur.
That's also not true. Come talk
It
to me
is
in
true.
November.
Huh?
We'll we'll see about that in November, bud.
Well, that's just Democrats. That's not the socialists, the communists.
the, the communists and socialists, if they're like on like the Jimmy Snows and all them, that's what we all believe, man.
They're not
That's why I
communists. They're
love
not
Jimmy.
socialists. They have beliefs, but they're not communists or socialists. They have their beliefs, but they're not the real deal.
No, we live in a society that has made it impossible for us to be true council communists.
No, it's
But
not. Go live in an Amish community. Create your own Amish community. There's plenty of self-sufficient communities out there. You just refuse to go
again,
live with them. That's the
no,
problem.
I brought this up already. I refuse to let the rest of the world die.
So more
I
coping, basically, more coping reasons why you're not going to live a communist life.
No, it's called I accept the world I live in as a capitalist world.
So you like the
I
capitalist world? Okay, I'm glad you
no, I
agree then.
accept it. Accepting and liking are two different things. I accept Donald Trump is the president of the United States. I don't like it. I think he should be
Do
removed.
you like Bernie Sanders?
Uh, More than most politicians, sure. But no, I don't like Bernie Sanders. I think he's a capitalist.
What about Jimmy Snow? He's a capitalist. You don't like him? He's taking capital
Jimmy,
and making more
Jimmy,
money. That's the definition of capitalist.
no, a
He's
capital.
taking capital and
No, you have to.
generating more capital with it. He's a capitalist.
No, Elon Musk is a capitalist because he owns the means of production. Jimmy Snow has given the means of production to his employees. So he doesn't own the means of production.
Well, he
He is,
never
by
owned the means of
definition,
production. He owns the camera equipment. That's the means of productions.
okay, yes, he owns equipment. We live in a capitalist society. We're not unbeknownst
He ain't
to
even
the.
a communist. He ain't even a socialist.
No, you don't understand. Like, I don't understand how you don't get this.
I
We have
don't. I
to
don't understand how
we have
someone
to
that
live
has
in
a
capitalism if we want to live within our uh uh
comfort, your precious
no
comfort, in
no
a
within
comfortable
our
society.
society.
If you want to live in a comfortable society, you have to live
No,
in capitalism. Just say it. Just
we
say
want
it.
to
If you
live in
want to
a
live in a
society. I
comfortable
do want it to
society,
be
you have to live
comfortable.
in capitalism.
No, capitalism is all that exists right now.
No, it's not. That's a lie. But this guy also dropped another super chat. He said, "Yeah, discount my life because it counters everything you believe." Lol, fucking commies.
Uh,
That was the guy talking about why would I pay for something that isn't going to fix things?
It
Yeah, why would I
again,
pay for something that's not going to fix things?
I've already explained that it does fix things.
Where's the
It's
article? Did you send it to me?
oh shit. Sorry. I have it pulled up.
Who is the article by?
Well, I don't look up articles, sir. I look up studies.
What's the study by?
All right, give me a second.
Communist University of New Hampshire.
Communism. What is this? Oh, huh. I had looked up something else. Give me just a second. All right, I can either send you a video, which you won't be able to watch right now. So let's see.
I don't think I should
Okay.
own the means of production for tanks and rockets.
I don't think
We,
tanks and rockets should be necessary, but we live in a society where they are, so we have to deal with it. It's like y'all are asking me to say like about the capitalist communist thing. Y'all are asking me to say that I don't want nukes to exist, so I should go to Mars. Dude, I live on the planet where nukes are, and I can't just go to Mars. The whole planet is capitalist. Yes, I could
no,
go
it's
be
not.
Amish, but
There's plenty of. You can even live in a country that's anarcho communism. I mean, what kind of communism do you want? I can find you whatever community you like. There, it exists out there.
it's not a community that helps affect the outcome
Yes,
of
we're
the
not going to
entire
change
nation.
the world, but if you want to live in communism, you can.
Yes, and my point is I would rather try to help the rest of the world make it to where we are,
Okay, we gave
where
two
we
point
want to
four
be.
trillion dollars to Africa. It did nothing. What should we do now? Give more money, or should we try to change their government and their system? Or what should we do?
I looked that one up like an hour and 27 minutes ago. Uh, and I don't remember what it said, but it did say something about a talking point. So that it's probably just some talking point that y'all keep bringing up.
Oh, just some talking point. Well, what has changed in Africa? We've donated a lot of money.
Apartheid is still alive and well. There's a bunch of white people trying to destroy an entire continent. Africa is a continent,
A
and I
bunch of white people
honestly,
trying to destroy an entire continent. The white South Africans can't even get out of South Africa without being genocided.
oh
And you
yeah, I
think they're
forgot
trying to
about
take over the
the
whole continent of Africa? That's a hilarious conspiracy theory.
yeah, France didn't try
Communism
to do.
worldwide is a credit to tens of millions of deaths, starvation, extreme poverty. The guest has no idea what he is talking about. Full power to the government will destroy everything we have instantly.
Communism doesn't require
Insanity.
government, so I don't know what the fuck that guy's talking about, but he doesn't know what he's talking about clearly.
So you don't think communism has ever been attempted or has ever happened before?
Successfully.
So it's never been attempted, and hundreds of millions of people didn't die attempting communism. Is that what you're trying to tell
Literally,
me?
literally didn't say that. Literally said successfully.
Okay, did they try to attempt communism and hundreds of millions of people died? Is that true or false?
If you're referring to the USSR, that's false.
How is that false? Based on what?
Because for one, they weren't communist. Two, when they were
I
communist, they
said
were
they were attempting communism, did I not?
yes. And you asked me if I thought that was false, and I said it is false. So they weren't attempting communism.
Okay, well, that's just your opinion then. Free Kamala Anthony, he's innocent? No, he's a criminal. How's Cuba holding up? How is that after tens of
I was
thousands of
wondering
years of
when
humanity? There hasn't been a communist government that was meaningful.
I was wondering when someone was going to bring up Cuba. That is the best example of what happens when America decides that your communism is a threat to us and they destroy you.
They were already
That's
feeling way before America. Would you like to talk about it? I can pull up the numbers if you like.
they had the best healthcare in the world and currently still do.
No, they do not. They don't even have running fucking power in a lot of their hospitals half the
Now,
time. You're
yeah,
telling me they have the
yeah.
best healthcare in the world?
Again, because of us. How are you
It's
so?
not because of us. We didn't attack their power grid. When did we attack their power grid?
You'll have to look that up because I am currently mulling over this.
That didn't
You guys,
happen. It did not happen. But can we get up to 100 likes? He said that Cuba has the best healthcare. I still cannot believe that. So a country that doesn't have running power half the time has the best healthcare. Should I fact check you on that and tell you what country has the best healthcare? Because that's definitely not correct. Maybe 20 years ago that was correct. It's probably Norway that has the best healthcare.
universally
Or
free and heavily emphasized primary care and disease prevention, while historically renowned for producing excellent health outcomes and producing a massive surplus of doctors. The system is
Taiwan
currently
has the
facing.
#1 healthcare system in the world. Cuba isn't even ranking in top 5 or anywhere close to the top. #1, Taiwan. #2, South Korea. #3, Australia. #4, Sweden, Norway, the Netherlands, Germany, Ireland. #5, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, New Zealand.
Almost all of
Cuba
those
isn't
are
even on the list at all.
almost all of those are countries. Yes, because
None
those
of
are
them are communist and none of them are socialist.
okay.
Name a meaningful communist government. Has there ever been one?
Why do you keep going to government? Like
Well,
communism is
someone has to run a country. So for communism to
no,
work, there
you
has to
don't
be a
have
government.
borders in communism, sir.
For communism to work, there
How
has
can
to
you
be a
have a
government. A
border if
government
you
is just an
don't have private
organization of
property?
people.
How can you have a
Government is
border
just
if you don't
organization
have
of
private
people with
property?
roles.
Answer my question, please. How can you have a border if you don't have private property?
How can you have a border if you don't have private property?
Yep.
Well, that's not going to exist. That's not real. You have to
I
have a
didn't
border.
answer the question I asked.
You have to have a border. Where are you going to put a country with no border?
Oh, that's a good question. You don't have a country.
Yeah,
Communism is a global attempt, man.
it's a cancer, I guess. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Same with capitalism. That's why it killed and genocided
No,
millions of people.
capitalism has pulled more people out of poverty than any other system. Communism has killed more than any other system. At least the attempt side it has.
That is incorrect.
No, that's
And
100%
again,
historically accurate. But you
capitalism
also
ain't
reject modern day history, so there's not really much debating with you if you can't even accept the educational history that
so,
we're taught.
okay, are you telling me that capitalists didn't come to this country and wipe out millions of communists?
No, there was no communist. They didn't even have any sense of what a government or what a society really was. They
Correct,
didn't have a
because
concept.
communism
They
isn't
didn't
a
have a
certain
concept of communism, so no communism existed. That'd be incorrect.
They don't have to have a concept of that's like saying that the dude who doesn't have a concept of a gun doesn't have a gun even though he has a gun in his hand. Like
One can make a
just
gun
because
if
they
you
don't
didn't
have
have
the
the
words,
concept of a
just
gun, could
because
he?
a baby
No,
doesn't
that's
have the
like saying
words to
a guy that
identify
has
a
no
gun.
concept of a gun made a gun.
Yes,
That's
they
a
can do
better
that too.
analogy.
That could happen, actually. That's how the first guy who made a gun did it. That's literally
Well,
how inventions
there's
happen.
always source to it. The cannon existed first, I believe. So that's not, it didn't just randomly pop up. Most inventions didn't just randomly spark up in people's ideas. It slowly happened over a couple different events. So no countries and 8 billion people are going to coexist peacefully with no leadership and no ownership. Is that what you're talking about?
What'd you say again?
So no country and 8 billion people are going to coexist peacefully with no leadership and no ownership.
Yeah, it could happen. Most people don't want to hurt each other. It's
Oh,
the
I
religion.
completely
It's the
disagree. People are very inherently violent.
if you're religious, yeah.
No, I don't even think religiously.
Most of the wars of the world have been started by a religion.
So are you a real Marxist or what kind of communist are you?
I don't consider myself a Marxist because Marx actually didn't specifically say that it was the right thing to do. He just laid in writing what he believed would happen at the ultimate conclusions of both capitalism and communism. Uh, I think calling yourself a Marxist is a little silly, but yeah, I'm a Marxist. Okay, here, I'll just send you this one. Let me
Yeah,
just
see,
copy
people are in the comment section think you're crazy for saying humans aren't violent.
well, I've never wanted to hurt anyone. I
Well,
think they're
just because
crazy
you've
for
never
being
wanted to
so
hurt
violent.
anyone does not explain why. And that's not a fucking explanation. That's not a scientific data point. That's just anecdotal evidence. That's bullshit.
You are correct. That is anecdotal, but I don't think I am the most morally upstanding human on the planet. So I imagine other humans don't want to hurt people either.
So, so you imagine that. Have you ever seen people commit violent atrocities against each other or no?
Yes, of course I have,
So then why the fuck would you say something like that?
because I don't think the majority of people are trying to violently hurt people, and it would appear to be true considering most people just try to
Well,
live in
not the
their homes.
majority of people, but people are inherently violent on some aspect.
I fundamentally disagree based off of the billions of people who don't want to hurt anyone or anything for that matter, and the uptick and rise in people who don't even want to eat animals because it requires hurting them. What?
Let's see. The USA was never communist. Where is this guy from? Tell him to look up the Cuban Missile Crisis, East and West Berlin, the Berlin Wall. Hell, even the Cold War. Sorry, he just dismissed it because history didn't happen because his professor said so.
Actually, here's a fun fact. Didn't okay. Fun fact: I used to have a piece of the Berlin Wall in my house. It got lost in the move. I knew one of the people who was there when it came down. He is the father of one of my friends. So yes, I do know about the Berlin Wall. My grandfather was also a World War II vet, so he killed Nazis almost for fun. He joined up early so he could go kick Nazi ass. Um, Okay, I'm having the hardest time. They don't have an option for me to copy this as a link. Let me see what this does. I'm using Google Scholar, and it is so hard to share pages on Google
Never
Scholar.
heard of Google Scholar, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because I'm not a Google Scholar.
If you don't know what Google Scholar is,
No, what is that?
it's where you can find peer-reviewed studies that are unbiased, and it's like
Oh, I see it. This is pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
okay. Do me a favor because like I said, I'm having such a hard time doing this. Just type in universal basic income study, and you will find tons and tons of studies of how universal basic income tends to toward um, people finding better jobs that don't make them feel like they're just accomplishing menial tasks.
Do you think a KKK member should get money from universal basic income?
I don't think you want me to say my opinion on what a KKK member should get
Okay, fair
on your
enough.
team.
Let's keep it there. I think I know how you feel. So the obvious answer is,
Yeah,
probably the
like
horrible thing you can imagine.
the guy who keeps talking about the hoodies from. I also have a black stepdad, and I love him dearly, and he is the reason why I think I have become a good person.
That's fantastic to hear, man. I'm sure he's proud.
I hope so.
I just don't know what article I'm searching through a lot of them. There's quite a
You
bit
can
of data here.
literally pick the first one if you want. All of them
I'm
are
on one
good.
from Scotland. That's what I'm searching on right here.
The so that one would be
Oh, sorry. My half black friend had to drop a comment. He's black himself, so he had a comment saying having a stepdad doesn't make you a good person, and I thought that was funny.
that is correct, sir. It doesn't. My black stepdad helped make me a good person, however. I'm glad
Dude,
you know that black people aren't a monolith. Not you, the commenter.
mhm.
But yeah, any of these, all their conclusions are basically the same. Like people tend to want to work, and they would like to work jobs that they actually don't feel. The big key thing is menial jobs. No one wants to work a menial
I'm
job.
sure if you
And-
weren't forced to work, people would work different jobs. Like obviously, like I said, most people are forced to do what they do.
right, but most people would work. Like we don't want to not contribute. Most of us like the idea of like our society working together.
Why does race have anything to do with being a role model? Probably because I brought up that my friend's stepdad was black. He
That and the
brought it
KKK thing.
in the what?
And the KKK thing.
Oh yeah, those two
I
things.
linked all those things together. There's a train of thought there that your viewers might not have caught. So I apologize for that, guys.
$1,000 a month is not gonna cover shit for anyone.
No, but it helps. And I would argue for more, but again, I understand the world I live in. And I know that you
So
already
what
don't want to
happens
give.
when the cost of prices and stuff goes up because of all the new people out there spending money?
Remember how I said that it's not a one solution problem? The other solution would be we stop allowing markets to price gouge just because someone can buy more.
Well, how are we gonna do that if the cost goes up because we have to produce a lot more?
Now you have more people who want jobs that, and some
Okay,
people
so
like,
fruits can only grow so fast, and it takes a long time for the market to catch up to the raising cost and the raising demand.
we have a surplus of food currently, and we can literally feed every single person on the planet right now. It's kind of a moot argument.
So what your point is they choose not to
No,
give
I'm
people
saying we
money?
don't have to. Like we
No.
already produce more than enough and waste more than what we need to feed homeless people. Like, we did it.
So
Okay,
why do we
move
do
on.
it? Because we're greedy or what? What's your point?
No, we don't
What?
have to do anything. We already produce that amount of food.
No, I'm
Now we
saying why
just
don't we just give the food to the homeless then? That's my point. If we already have it, why don't we get what your why don't they do it then?
because there are the corporations that run those foods don't want to do that because they're greedy. Yeah, like you said. This is why we
It
don't
means that
allow
they're
people to get.
greedy.
Yes, that's why they
Didn't
keep.
Elon Musk offer to cover homelessness crisis a couple years ago, and then some mathematical equation came out, and it turned out that wouldn't even solve the problem?
No, I know what you're referring to, but that whole thing was kind of just like a PR stunt for everyone. Basically, what happened is he said that and then got called on it, and some people, yes, he could afford it, man. 500. It would only cost 28 billion to fix it now.
Yeah, but they spent 16 billion in California and they fixed nothing. So how am I going to expect 28 billion? How do you like? I'm not going to believe that.
Let me see this 16 billion in California thing you're talking about. For
$16 billion
homelessness,
in California. Is
for
this? Oh,
homelessness,
we have someone. Yeah, is this person truly a communist? Yeah, he claimed to be a communist. What the guest is suggesting is that farmers should work for free and everyone should be nice to each other. There's no way in reality that'll ever happen.
who
All
is
of this
saying
is
that
just
the farmer
useless.
should work for free? I've already agreed that we live in capitalism and it's going to take a lot of work for us to move to communism. So let's not do that. Let's work within capitalism because that's what all y'all want to do. So I am setting up socialist programs within a capitalist society that we already live in so that we can all
Those
be
are
happy.
social programs, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm talking about socialist programs, not social
There
programs.
is no socialist programs. If it's a are you talking about stealing private businesses? Is that what you mean? That would be a socialist program.
That's one of the ways we could do it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a socialist way, sure. Turns out giving a homeless person's house doesn't make them get a job and maintain or manage their assets. No one is entitled to anything. Yeah,
No, but
every
don't we
single
have
day you have to
rights?
maintain what you have. You
I
have to
thought we
maintain your
hold up. I thought we
relationships. You have
had
to
the right
maintain your
to
house. You have to
happiness.
maintain your bank account. You have to maintain your health. You have to maintain your eating habits. You have to maintain your work ethics. If people can't even do the bare minimum and maintain what they have, how can you give anyone anything?
Give me 2.9.
Sorry, say again.
Give me okay. You got me looking up one thing, but asking me another. So what did you
Well, go
ask?
ahead. Go look up what you want to look up.
So I'm not finding anything on this $16 billion in
California. I mean, I can send it to you.
California. I see something on $24 billion on
Oh,
homelessness
actually, it
initiatives over
might have been
5 year
24
span.
billion. Yeah, that's it.
Uh,
Yeah, that's it.
the criticism comes from its decentralized approach and failure to consistently track specific outcomes or measure
What else did they
effectiveness.
refuse to?
It indicates, yeah. So the only study I can find that you're referring to, according to the California state budget, indicates a 3% decline in California's household population, unhoused population. Sorry. So it's working.
$24 billion spent, and the homeless situation got worse.
No, it declined. It
By how
got
much?
bad. 3%.
In a 4-year period?
I don't know. That's how long the initiative is
There's
supposed to
contradicting
last.
studies to that 100%.
I mean, sure, but you haven't
Billions of
presented.
dollars were spent on a railroad that never even existed, not even a single track laid down.
I mean, that's
So it
not.
costs it takes $24 billion to cause a 3% decrease, not even to end fucking homelessness. Doesn't that seem fucking ridiculous a little bit though? Genuinely?
I mean, I'm not some Gavin Newsom uh, supporter, so I'm not saying he did it right. Like, sure, he did it bad. Let's do it a different way then,
How are you gonna propose to do it then?
dude. I'm not running
You're
for office, am I?
That's what I'm saying. You're asking us to to fix very difficult problems with very simple solutions just by throwing money at it.
No,
It almost
see,
never
again,
works.
I am saying for us to begin the process of fixing these problems. And one of the beginning points is to allocate funds towards these kind of social programs by using socialist policies.
Like,
Let's see, there's also a
what's a
9%
socialist policy?
one of them would be to proportionately tax the rich at a rate that
How are we gonna? Okay, so we're gonna seize all their assets, so they're not gonna have stocks. That's the one way you said
I
before.
said I said proportionately tax the rich. I said we tax them proportionately
So
and
okay,
we
so then what are we
stop
gonna do with their money? What about the people that want to work hard and earn a living and do better than the average American? Are they just gonna leave the country or what?
no, most people wouldn't do that. And if they do, all right, fine. We don't want bad people here who aren't willing to contribute to our society, right?
50% of our annual GDP already goes toward social programs.
I think it should be much more than that. Then clearly. And less of it should go to our military and our police.
So you really don't like the police?
Not even a little bit. In fact,
Please don't show any firearms on screen, but I do have a question.
say that again. Sorry.
I said don't show any guns on screen, please, but I do have a question. How are you gonna protect yourself without the police?
Uh, social workers, and I don't need to protect
So a
myself.
social worker is gonna come there and protect you against a man trying to fuck you in the butt with a gun pointed at your head. A social worker is gonna come there and save you.
That shit happens so often, doesn't it?
So, oh yeah, it does.
It doesn't, man. Like it happens too much. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that this kind of stuff does not happen. Yes, there are bad people. Um, how often do the police stop that? They don't. They go get the guy after it's happened, right?
So should someone go get the social worker is gonna go get the guy? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would do.
No, I don't think
And
so.
that I mean, if that's their job, they signed up for it. Yeah.
They're not detectives. They're social workers.
Who operate in a similar way to detectives. So
Okay, this just sounds like
yes,
a
they kind of would
catastrophe.
be.
He says, Graham, ask Lieutenant Dan how the shrimping boat is going. I don't think he looks like Lieutenant Dan. But
It's
how's
because
the
I have
shrimping
long
boat
hair
going?
and I'm a dirty communist.
I don't think
I get
Lieutenant
it.
Dan was a dirty communist.
I can't hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
No, I don't know
Okay.
if it's.
Yeah, you have to come back. You have to join back. Join back.
Where's the button?
Let's see if we can get him to join back. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we can get him to join back. In the meantime, get the likes way up. If you guys have any great questions, anything that we didn't think of that we want to touch on with him before it goes, but drop some super chats, drop some questions, drop some memberships. It's July 4th. Happy 250th anniversary. If anyone wants to bless us with a $250 super chat for America's 250th anniversary, yeah, defund the police is crazy. Where do you get the hat? You can get it from a Trump store. Just go to your local Trump store. Is this the Jewish Frank or which Frank is this? You said, can I hop on? I'm waiting for the guest to come back. He needs to click back in the link. Oh, he's texting me now. Click back in the link. Woo! J Money, how much is that worth? That is worth at least like over $10. Thanks, brother. Much appreciated. Can you join the call? You can join the Discord. Absolutely. He won't be back, probably not. I want to see if I can get him back in here. Can we get some more people to click back in here? Dude, that is so disgraceful. Stop putting that gay shit. Don't be putting that gay shit for a happy 4th of July. Hella disrespectful. Let's see if I can harass him and ask him to join back. But can we get the likes up? Hello? Click the link, join back. Click the link and join back. He answered the call, so you should click the link and join back. Oh, we got new gifts for 4th of July. That's awesome. That is awesome. I can't hear you. Are you going to click back and join back? Send me a message. I don't know if he's coming back or not. Let's see if he joins back, maybe. He was a what? Ask him how he personally helps his community. That's a great one. He can't join. His phone died. Can't join. His phone died. That's sad, guys. Can we get the likes way up there? Can you guys make sure to subscribe? Share this out. This was definitely a great, interesting debate. And I really appreciate all the fantastic super chats and questions and comments for the guy. So shout out everybody. You know who you are. Much love, guys. Happy 4th of July weekend. Oh, yeah. Let me put the link again. Let me put the link. Let me put the link, brother. Calm down. Nothing to like here? There's plenty of stuff to like here. If you guys want to join the debate community, here you go. I hope none of you guys blow your fingers off. Please keep those fingers safe. There you go. There's your debate community. Someone says it was communist as fuck. We'll see. Debate. Hold on. I'll go ahead and post this link. But you guys got to join that Discord link if you want to debate. Another point, if he's communist, why change the country? Why not move to Cuba? Because he says he realizes, he thinks that's a fake communist country. I can already tell you that with no freaking super chat. I can already tell you what his bullshit opinions are on everything. Let's see, is he coming back? He said he's going to have to join again on another day. It is getting late, everybody. It is getting late. So if anyone has any final questions, comments, anything you guys want to say, any more love you guys want to show, especially if you guys want to drop some memberships, that would be appreciated. Because we got a lot of people out there that got to see the member videos. If you haven't seen the member videos, definitely join the membership. There's some great content I'm putting in there. Lenin said that socialism is a gateway to communism. That's what Lenin said. No, that's not what Marxism is about. Donating or volunteering is not communism or socialism. If you want to talk about something, you guys can join my Discord. I already put the link like 100 times. Probably right at the 2-hour mark, we'll call it quits. Peanut butter bologna, yeah. What high IQ genius in my comment section? Who are you talking about? The USA does not have any socialist systems. Much love, man. Thank you for coming through. Have a good night, brother. Much love, much love. I'm going to give it about 60 more seconds to see if y'all are saying anything interesting. And then I'm out of here. Get the likes way up there, guys. Subscribe. Here, I'm going to put the community link one more time. Go ahead and join the Discord so we can get some shit going. Go ahead and join that link down below. Fantastic. Alright, guys, that's the Discord link if you want to debate. I'm out of here. God bless everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy 4th of July. Have a great 4th of July weekend. I love America and I love you all. Have a good night. God bless. Wow, $6,000 worth of sky flowers. Have fun, brother. I hope you enjoy. Have a good night, man. Shout out you. Have a nice one.